In Gwinnett County, Georgia, 2 acres. We have access, everybody's alive. It's next to some houses and a school, good. No flood zone. Partially cleared last year to pay for taxes, water at the street. Purchase price $30,000. Thinks we can sell it for 70 to 80. Nearest comp is a little bit bigger, sold for 100,000 in 2021. I'm looking for something wrong now.
Me too.
That's the only thing
I don't see anything wrong with the dirt.
Mm-mm.
If you look at it from an A standpoint, access, heck yes. Adjacent, oh my gosh, yes, there's amazing stuff going on from an adjacent standpoint. Access, acreage, let's see how many acres it is. 2 acres in a town here, that's good. We'll check about affordability last. Adjacent, it passes our test there. Attributes, I mean, just look at it. And alive.
I'm loving it. I really don't have anything. I just,
FEMA, the floodplain looks great. It's not in one.
my only
Check slope.
My only questions are money and how many properties are for sale.
So access can be created here really easily. It's just money.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real slope.
Good. No guardrail.
Nope.
No problems like that. And I didn't see a whole lot of property available that makes me concerned there too. Like,
We'll see here.
okay. I mean, just empty lots in there. Like,
Oh, no, yeah.
not like 75% empty. There's still
What
some
Jill
land,
means is there a ton of property that's
right?
vacant? And no,
It doesn't look like a lot.
these are all subdivisions. This is super, super healthy.
It's like, that's what I was gonna say.
Here's Atlanta, by the way. This is a fantastic deal if it's buildable. What's the price on it?
30.
Jeez, how could this fail?
I know.
Small piece of potential infill lot, 30,000, 1 acre, 69, 2 acres, 650, all cut up, which is maybe an example of what you could do with this property.
Are these priced low to high right now too? Because, okay, I would say those are lowest days on market. So I was hoping that concerns me, but that does concern, well, it's 1 acre for 60. That concerns me. Could have some problems.
Towards the bottom of the lake, okay. Price cut, just like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. See, one's for 15, one's for 30. Why is that?
140 days, 118 days. So, Carl, you know, it's Carl's career path, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Why is one for 15 and one for 30?
I wonder what can you let us know what your concern is and why this, of all the property deals that you're doing, why, what are you on the fence about here? Because these, like, look at this property here. This is way the heck out there. This is an infill lot. Like this house, 345, and you're paying $30,000 for a property that's a lot larger. That passes the 10% test. How about the same size?
You know what? That's my only concern right now, Carl and Sam. I'm also questioning, hate to say it, I'd feel better if it were 20. 30's assuming a lot. I could screw it all up and then only sell it for 40.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Versus selling it for, 30 to 60, which is what you're shooting for. You still could sell it for 40 and get out, but see what the local agents say.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I just want it a little cheaper, especially the way things are going right now. Price cut time. Purchase price cut. That's my new
I'm
thing.
going to leave it at that.
It's a purchase price cut. Wake County, North Carolina, 2 acres. We have access. She inherited it from her dad. Houses are next to it. New subdivision a few minutes away. No flood zone, very private area. Concerned about the railroad tracks. Accepted price again, 30. I love your pricing you're going for here though.
Yeah, me too.
$38,000. Sell the 65 to 80. The neighbor lot sold for $54,000 in 2019. Dug into the HOA and the owner knows nothing about and appears to be inactive. Margin percent isn't very high, but confident we can make $25,000 quickly. We need to hear back from a real estate agent. Well, because you're going to fund it yourself, then if I make 25 grand really quick and I don't do a lot of work,
That's what I think.
I'm kind of okay with that.
Me too.
Especially if somebody else is going to sell it, and I feel really confident about that.
All right, let's look at the A's. Acreage, access, adjacent. Acreage, 2 acres. And relatively, it's larger property that's around here. Access, yep. Let's see if this road really exists.
The number of parcels available across the street concerns me a little bit too.
It stops right there.
Yeah,
Well, there's properties here, so I think access is great.
yeah.
They're coming into here. We're going to check the value of this in a second.
Curious how old that house is.
540,000 next door. I'm going to check this.
So they sold in 1995 for 90,000, and then they put a house on it in 84. So they paid, but that was a while ago. Okay, that's making sense to me. Numbers
too.
now are not what they used to be.
Yeah.
So I
completely.
totally buy that. I'm good with that. And these people are jumping up and down because their home went up. Just like the Colonial Heights.
So both of these properties, these guys have chosen very interesting markets. Both of these properties are what I think are very urban.
Mhm.
And so what happens when properties are very urban, this is my opinion, and I don't mean downtown, downtown Raleigh. I just mean adjacent to the metropolis. Jill's exactly right. There's a right side of the tracks, a different side of the tracks. And so the neighborhoods can become very, very different, even just a mile from each other or half a mile from each other. So what's important is to find, microscopically value, which Jill's alluding to is just dead on right. We need to see how many properties have sold in this is the comparison value area, or let's say how this is doing.
Look how different they look.
Yeah.
It's really different. It's not about, is access just easier over there to
And by
off
tracks, she
off
means
of Fayetteville Road
literally the tracks.
versus coming in off an Almond,
Right.
Whatever that street is. I have a few concerns, and I just think that might be reflected in the price.
So these properties, like this property, I'm going to do the Jill test here. In 2013, it sold for $45,000. And then they went and built a house in 2016, $320,000.
What they think.
So again, Jill's question is then why, if this is all working, why aren't these done?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, and this is a single use property, you're only ever going to put a house on it.
Right.
So the question you have to ask yourself is, what's the price of this property given all this stuff? I would, on both of these deals, Carl, I would take them to the next level at the price and everything it passes. But I would do an extra level of due diligence to see if you can sell these things. And my universal rule is, geez, I'm on the fence about this. Everything works. I'm just not sure. Then it's got to be cheap.
Right.
Jill and I are getting the initial results from a mailer we sent out, a large one. And in probably 50% of the properties that came back where they said, yeah, we're going to sell it, because of what's happening now in this market and a bunch of other things that I know about that micro market, we're all going back in there and saying, yeah, it's got to be cheaper. So this isn't just, we don't just save it up for Thursday.
Right.
We're personally going through this too.
We mean it. When we say we're doing deals right there with you, we are.
Yep. So on both of these, I understand 38,000. I would want to get this for like 10.
That's my thoughts. This is what the Thursday called for.
Yep.
And we have your same concerns. Owen County, 0.58, half acre. We have paved asphalt access. Everybody's alive. Adjacent, depends on who you ask. Public water, septic. There is an HOA that gives you access to the boat ramp. Purchase price $2,000. If I have to let's see here. Thinks we can buy it for $2,000 and $2,600 in back taxes are coming with it, and thinks we can sell it for $11,000. Is that working out for you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh, it's bigger. 1 second.
Okay, here's our concerns. You ready for this? A is probably a huge red flag. Can't build on it because of a 25-foot setback requirement from the sides.
That's good. You know that.
Yeah. thank
Very, very
goodness.
good.
The first 75 feet is steep, red flag number 2, and then the land flattens out and a mobile home would have to be placed sideways.
So you can get a mobile on it.
As long as the HOA allows mobiles. Have we seen mobiles in there?
You can see that there's this gully here.
You're going to be yeah. Okay. I had no land agents get back to me because it's too small and the comps all have their own unique attributes. Would the land be too steep to get a mobile down to the flat area, even if the dirt road was bladed in? It seems like a good property. I'm not sure on the price next door. The prices range from $5,000 to $40,000. What are you seeing? Oh,
So there's a variance of 20 feet. This has 4 red flags to it. Now there's an HOA.
yeah.
You can't build a house, but maybe potentially a trailer.
If it can handle that.
If everything goes great, you're going to buy for probably ends up being $3,000, and you're going to sell for 11. You take this one. I would not play in the sandbox.
Yeah. You know what? Here's the reason why, Victor. I think your time is worth more than this.
Yeah, so do I.
I think you can spend it on better deals. I think I've seen you present better deals. And all the questions we have, you're going to be hitting your head on your desk every time you're trying to overcome these hurdles with the next caller kind of thing for $11,000.
That's what I think too.
Yeah. You're better. You got better deals.
That's what I think too.
And I'm glad you brought it up. Okay. This is what Thursday's for. You already had your own concerns and you are correct.
Totally agree.
Yep.
Hey, great. The awesome
Great
homework.
presentation.
Yeah, great homework.
And I'm glad you figured all that out. Okay, so we are in Collier County, Florida. Offer is a biggie. $134,183.69. The owner called to yell at us about the offer amount. He turned out to be a very sweet older gentleman. That's funny. We asked him what number he had in mind, and he said he'd consider $200,000. Thinks we could sell it for $389,000.
Good turnaround.
So this is not bad. This is good. 2.44 acres. Access, yes. The broker who's an expert in the area says that it should be listed between $379,000 and $399,000. Thinks could easily sell for $389,000. If everything went to hell, worst case would be $350,000. I'm loving all of this.
So am I.
On the canal in a well-known area of Naples known as Golden Gate Estates. It's about 20 minutes from the Gulf, about an hour from Miami. Everybody's alive, we're good. Yes, there's an HOA. We used to live in Naples and have family there now, so we know something about this area. Agent who we've been working with lives in the area and spent a lot of time giving us analysis. So I've got nothing but thumbs up.
Let's check the value of this house next door. These are the easiest properties in the world to value.
So
We've done all your
a
homework.
half or something.
We've done all your homework. I hope it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm
By the way,
assuming.
incidentally, everything's in a floodplain here. When everything is in a floodplain, this is silly. They might have built this up, honestly. They may have built these lots up.
Or they got some designation that you could get later on.
When everything's built in a floodplain, it's meaningless. The floodplain is actually meaningless. This is a subject property, so there's a good little spot right there, which is right on the canal. If any of this is real, I bet you they build these properties up, a few feet.
Exactly.
Adjacent property is 900,000. There's Joe's. So 200 is a 20%, let's say. That's the owner's house. Excellent.
Awesome. Look at that. He's owned it since 1993. So he bought it and built there. How cool is that? It built in 1998, and he built a 3,500 square foot house.
That's 25 years old. So this is probably okay. Christian says, so buying on floodplains is okay. No, not at all. What I'm saying is it passes my cursory first test when I see that everything is in a floodplain in this area and it's all being built on. If this lot was just in a floodplain, which you often see, but everything else, the problem is it's all relativity. So you can see that for whatever reason, this is out of a floodplain. If in fact this map is, perfectly accurate, which they're not, these are just satellite images. Floodplains just become a relativity issue. And so when your lot's in a floodplain and nothing else is, that's a real big issue. When everything's in a floodplain and your lot is also, probably going to be okay. Love this deal. This is a fantastic presentation.
Yep.
So it's up to you if you want to get a second opinion from an agent standpoint, but love the deal.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.